zombie portrait basically starts with someone sending me a JPEG. Somebody sends me a JPEG of themselves or a loved one, whoever's getting the zombie portrait. I then I print their photo, and I transfer their image in pencil onto a piece of, what is it, 120 pound 400 series Strathmore watercolor paper, and then go in with paint. I actually use paint, watercolor paint, pencil crayon, marker, pen and ink, India ink, Stadler pens, you name it. Virtually anything that I need to get the the image to look as much like the photo but zombified as possible. And then we send the we scan the image. We send the image to its recipient, and send off the zombie portrait. They actually get the zombie portrait in the mail, the original painting, and that's basically the birth of the zombie portrait right there. Usually takes about 4 or 5 hours for just a single, and it could be anywhere from 5 to 6 hours for couples. That's kind of the standard. Zombie Daily, that is another crazy sort of idea that more or less came from Joel Pednote, who I mentioned earlier, as being sort of the instigator, if you will, of zombie portraits. We were kind of talking one day, and I asked him, what are people doing out there? What kind of websites do you frequent? And he said, oh well, there's a couple of guys doing these monster a day things, like these websites where they draw, like somebody asked them to do something and they draw a monster, or they create drawings virtually every day. And so I thought, okay, you know what? I'm doing a zombie a day. If they can do that, I'm doing this. And a lot of these guys, I realized later on, did this very quick, like, some of them were just like blowing ink around a sheet to create these little monsters and stuff. And here I was doing these sort of full color paintings and illustrations, these giant 8 by 10 or 12 by 15 drawings, and doing that a day. And I thought, geez, like, I'm insane doing this. People don't do this. But I stuck it out. I thought, I'll create enough material. And at the time, I was working at a place where I could do that. I was working at an adult movie store, and I had a lot of time. I had a lot of time to draw. So so that's where it kind of, that's where it kind of sprung from. That's where I had the time to sort of initiate this Zombie Daily thing. So in doing that, I created enough material. Would draw every day, like 4 or 5 drawings a day. Sometimes I would have like 20. I was working on like 25 drawings at a time. So I was trying to create this massive body of work, and work at the same time. Because this, this wasn't paying the bills, obviously. This was kind of just, I want to do a zombie a day for some reason. So we started that, and it's still going today. I'm in, I think, probably the 5th phase of Zombie Daily, because I have to kind of put it on hiatus when I'm too busy with other things. I can't keep up with, obviously, a zombie a day with the kind of level of artistry that I've established on there. I don't want to just put anything on there, so I kind of have to put it on hiatus for a couple months at a time, and then start back for 4, 5, 6 months. So that's kind of the story behind that, and from that, a lot of different things have sort of spawned.